Welcome back to part three of our discussion about stress with Dr. B. And today we're going to discuss and do some meditations. So these are designed to help you find what type of meditation works best. It's not going to be an exhaustive list, but we'll be doing 3 meditations today, and I'll let Dr. B kick it off.
So I think the first thing is just to remember that meditation it's a mental exercise. And like any exercise, it can be difficult at first, but the more we do it, the better we get at it. And so there are different types of meditation, just like there's different types of exercise. And so one type of exercise of mental exercise or meditation is called a focused attention meditation. And in a focused attention meditation, we are focused, let's say we're focused on our breath with a word or phrase. So let's say that I'm breathing in patience and I'm breathing out kindness. This was my meditation when my kids were little. I was trying to pull myself together, right? So I would breathe in patience and I would breathe out kindness. And so when we are focused on that breath with our mantra, we're really engaging the frontal lobe. And then because we're human, our minds are going to wander. And when our mind wanders, it wanders over to an area of the brain called the default mode. And then in the default mode, we think about ourselves. And so when we notice that our thoughts have wandered, we just simply notice. And with kindness and gentleness, we bring our awareness back to our breath with our mantra. And if our thoughts wander 100 times in 5 minutes, we bring it back 100 times in 5 minutes. And the key is just noticing my thoughts have wandered and then kindly, gently bringing it back. So we can do a little focused attention meditation now. And so you don't have to assume any particular position. I would say be comfortable. And if sitting cross-legged in a lotus position is comfortable for you, that's great. If not, that's okay. You can lie on the floor. You can sit in a comfortable chair. I like to have my feet grounded on the floor or at least touching something. I like to have my hands open in my lap, but wherever you find that's comfortable, kind of sitting in a dignified position. So upright, but not stiff. You can close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. If it's not comfortable for you, you can simply rest your gaze on the floor or look out a window. So I'll invite you to get comfortable, however that looks for you. Closing your eyes if that feels good. And we're going to start just by settling into the breath. So without forcing the breath or controlling the breath, but just allowing your body to breathe as your body wants to breathe, just noticing the breath. Noticing the air as it moves in through the nose. Noticing if the air feels cool or if it feels warm as it moves in through the nose. And following that breath, noticing the breath as it moves in through the nose and as it moves down the back of the throat. Again, just noticing. Noticing the air moving in through the nose and down the back of the throat. And continuing to follow that movement of air, now paying attention in particular to the air as it expands the lungs. Maybe noticing that moment when air becomes breath. And now noticing the rise of the belly with each inhalation and the fall of the belly with each exhalation. And pulling all that together, noticing the air as it moves in through the nose, down the back of the throat, expanding the lungs, becoming breath, noticing the rise of the belly and the fall of the belly with each in and out breath. And just following that movement, following the motion, the cycle, the breath. And as the thoughts wander, simply notice. And with kindness, bringing awareness back to the breath, back to noticing every aspect of the breath from the first sip in to the last bit of an exhalation, just following that entire cycle in and out. And now paying attention to the length of the inhalation and the length of the exhalation without forcing or controlling the breath, but just allowing your body to breathe as your body wants to breathe and just noticing. Noticing if the air feels smooth or ragged, noticing if there's a sigh. And noticing if there's a pause. Is there a pause at the end of the inhalation? Is there a pause at the end of the exhalation? Just noticing where there's a little rest. And now noticing, if you notice your inhalation and you notice your exhalation, and sometimes at the end of the exhalation, there's just a little quiet stillness. Or sometimes you can just become aware of your heart beating. And see if you can just notice that quiet little space. And now noticing as you inhale, as you exhale, as you sit in that quiet space, see if on that exhale you can just relax every part of your body and just lean into that exhale. And if the thoughts wander, simply notice. And with kindness, bringing awareness back to just noticing the breath, noticing the stillness. Now bringing awareness back to your feet, noticing your feet planted on the floor, feeling your connection to the earth, noticing your seat in the chair, maybe feeling your back against your chair. Just taking in how your body feels. Taking in your head and your heart. Tuning into the sounds in the room around you. Now tuning into one more breath. And opening your eyes when you're ready. What was that like?
Great.
That's you can feel the heart rate slow down, and I liked how you drew attention to the heart. I could kind of feel it kind of beating a little bit. That was really neat.
I felt totally relaxed. Almost wanted to fall asleep. It's beautiful.
It's amazing, I think, how things happen in our body and we just don't ever really pay attention to them. And when we're really quiet, it's amazing what we can tune into.
Exactly. As in older country or ancient culture, always they look for inside. While we're here, we try to stimulate from outside. And it's truly just deep into inside yourself is the cure and the relaxation and all the, I think, solution to all our problems inside, and just simply sometimes doing nothing. So what's the next method you recommend or you teach?
So let's do a body scan. And a body scan is where we draw attention to different areas of our body. And a body scan, I think, is also really helpful because, like we talked about before, we just get so busy doing. We don't even pay attention to what's going on in our bodies. And so the body scan is a great way just to tune in. It's also a good way to tune in with mindfulness. And the five facets of mindfulness are observing, describing, acting with awareness and without reactivity or judgment. And so oftentimes when we notice things in our body, we can get very distraught with things because, for instance, if I notice, my knee hurts a little bit, instead of just going, oh, my knee hurts a little bit, I can immediately go to, oh, my knee hurts. I'm not going to be able to go on that hike that I want to go on. And if I can't go on that hike that I go on, then this is going to happen. And this is going to happen. And oh, geez, I'm going to have to go see the orthopedic. And what if they want to do an injection? And am I going to have to get an MRI? I wonder how much that's going to cost. And so it's amazing how we can notice something in our body, and within a matter of seconds, we start spinning with all of these thoughts. And so the body scan is also a way just to be able to say, oh, I notice my knee hurts a little bit. What is that like? And so then being curious about it, just observing and describing, as opposed to getting caught up in the narrative about it. And we do that with a lot of things. And so, for instance, people who have chronic pain issues, they notice that pain and then they immediately start into the story about the pain that makes everything 10 times worse, because then we start worrying about it. It's kind of like insomnia, where you're not sleeping at night and then you worry about not sleeping at night and then you're not sleeping at night. So when we engage in this story about whatever it is we're experiencing in our body, sometimes it can really go in a super negative direction, as opposed to just saying, oh, I'm noticing that. So when we do the body scan, if you notice something going on in your body, that's a time to just say, oh, observe, describe, but without judgment or reactivity. So if you start to notice that you start to go down this pathway of, oh, geez, my neck hurts, what's next? You just pull it on back to just say, oh, it feels tight, or it feels stiff, or observing, describing that type of thing. The other thing that we're going to do is I will cue you to actually try to relax different parts of your body. And that can be really important. And this can be important when we want to try to fall asleep at night. So the body scan is a great thing to use if at night you want to try to fall asleep, or you awaken in the middle of the night and you want to get yourself back to sleep. So if you fall asleep during this body scan, it means that you might be a little sleep deprived, and you can use this at night. So we'll just do the same thing, getting comfortable, however that looks for you, closing your eyes if that's comfortable. And we'll start just by settling into the breath. Just noticing the air moving in through the nose, down the back of the throat, expanding the lungs, and noticing the rise and the fall of the belly with each inhalation and each exhalation. And just taking a few breaths just to settle in. And as the thoughts wander, simply notice. And with kindness, bringing awareness back to the breath in and out. And now settling into the body, start with bringing awareness to your feet, grounded on the floor. And just noticing all 10 toes, feeling how your feet touches the floor or touches your shoe. Noticing the bottom of the foot, the ball of the foot, the arch, the heel. Noticing the top of the foot. Noticing the ankles. And moving on up, noticing the shins and the calves. Noticing the knees, the thighs. Becoming aware of the bottom of the thigh, noticing where the hamstrings, the leg touches the chair. Noticing the top of the thighs, your quadriceps. Noticing your seat in the chair, taking in the hips and the buttocks. And taking in the entire lower body from the waist down. And just observing, what do you notice? And then taking a few breaths. And with each exhalation, focusing on releasing, relaxing, letting go of any tension or tightness held in the lower body. So just noticing with each in-breath and releasing with each exhalation. Now bringing awareness back to the seat in the chair, moving up through the middle part of our body, noticing the pelvis, the sacrum, the low back, the lower belly, the upper belly, the middle of the back, moving up through the chest, the shoulder blades, the the upper back and the collarbones. And just taking in this middle part of our body. And in the same way, with each breath, just noticing on the inhalation and releasing any tension or tightness with each exhalation. You may find that you sigh, you may take a deep breath and really let out an audible sigh. And with that extended exhalation, letting go just a little bit more. Now bringing awareness to the shoulders, the upper arms, noticing the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. And in the same way, taking a few breaths and noticing what you experience with each inhalation and releasing a little bit more with each exhalation. Now bringing awareness to the head and neck, noticing the neck, noticing the jaw, bringing awareness to the muscles of the face, the forehead, the brow, the temples, and the scalp. And in the same way, just noticing, and with each exhalation, releasing, softening. Allowing any tension or tightness just to melt away with each exhalation. And if the thoughts wander, simply notice. And with kindness and gentleness, bringing awareness back. And taking in the body from the tips of the toes to the top of the head. And with each breath in, noticing. And with each breath out, releasing. And now bringing awareness once again to your breath, and imagining your breath coming from the center of your heart. And just breathing from this heart-centered space. And drawing to mind anything for which you have appreciation and gratitude. This may be people, a place, a pet, anything that you feel appreciation and gratitude for today. And just focusing on this appreciation and gratitude as you breathe from this heart-centered space for a few moments. And bringing awareness back now to your feet on the floor, feeling grounded to the earth. Noticing your seat in the chair, your back against the chair. Taking in how your body feels. Taking in the head and the heart. Bringing awareness to the sounds in the room around you. And taking another breath with that awareness, that appreciation, that gratitude. Maybe allowing the corners of the mouth to float upward in a smile. And opening your eyes when you're ready. How was that?
Great.
Yeah, it's I had done the body awareness before, but I liked how you wove in the appreciation component. That was very very, it just felt different at the end there. It just felt like a component of just that
Satisfaction.
gratitude, and yeah, it just felt very complete, and yeah, and
Because in many times in our life we don't appreciate how much we have. We always once we don't. So that's something to do every day.
Yeah. When we shift our awareness, we shift our physiology, and we can be in the most beautiful place in the world, having quote fun. And if our mind is focused on something that's negative, then we're not enjoying the moment. But we can bring appreciation and gratitude no matter where we are. We can be in the dentist chair, and if we just breathe on our appreciation and gratitude, then we can be in a good spot.
Dr. B, do you have one more for us?
Sure. We can do a loving kindness meditation. And so a loving kindness meditation, to me, it's the most like a prayer. And so it's a time where we focus on ourselves and others and sending loving kindness. And so it actually is increases our empathy and compassion toward others. And so what we do is we start out where I always settle in first to any meditation, because it's hard for me to just start meditating. So I always settle into the breath, I settle into the body, and then I settle into the heart. So we'll do that. So we'll settle into the breath, settle into the body. And when we settle into the heart, I will direct you to hold yourself in loving kindness and sending the phrase to yourself: may I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with peace. And so when we meditate, we are linking our breath with a word or a phrase. So I do this. When I do this, I breathe in, may I be happy. I breathe out, may I be healthy. I breathe in, may I be safe. I breathe out, may I live with peace. And so we'll just do that. We'll just send that to ourselves. And then we're going to think about our closest circle of friends or family, so our dearest loved ones. And we will bring them to our awareness, picturing their faces. And then we send that loving kindness to them. May you be healthy. May you be happy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. So each breath is linked with a word. And then we keep extending that circle of loved ones out to where we are imagining those people in our life that we interact with, that we may not even know their names. Where then we go to people in, our country, people who are the globe, across the globe, and then all humanity. So we send loving kindness out to everyone. And then we also bring to mind someone who is difficult for us. This may be a person, it may be a group, it may be anybody that when we think of this person, it just kind of rubs us the wrong way. And I think this is a great time, especially in this year of political turmoil and a lot of polarization, to be able to bring to mind people that we disagree with. And we imagine them and we send loving kindness to them. And then we come back to ourselves again. So I think it's a beautiful meditation, and we'll start when you're ready. All right, so getting comfortable, however that looks for you. And we'll start just by settling into the breath. Just noticing the inhalation and the exhalation. Not forcing or controlling the breath. Just allowing your body to breathe as your body wants to breathe, and just noticing the breath in and out. And now settling into the body, noticing the feet planted on the floor, feeling connected to the earth. Noticing the legs, noticing our seat in the chair, noticing the middle part of our body, feeling the back against the chair. Taking in the upper body, the arms, the hands. And becoming aware of the head and neck. And taking a few breaths to release any tension or tightness. And then settling into the heart. Imagining the breath from this heart-centered space. And holding ourselves with compassion and kindness. And breathing in, may I be happy. Exhaling, may I be healthy. Inhaling, may I be safe. Exhaling, may I live with peace. And continuing at your own pace, may I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with peace. And if the thoughts wander, simply notice. And with kindness, bringing awareness back to your breath. And now drawing to mind your closest circle of loved ones, those people whom you hold most dear. and sending loving kindness to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. And continuing at your own pace. And extending that circle to friends and distant relatives, and bringing to mind their faces, sending loving kindness to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. And if the thoughts wander, simply notice. With kindness, bringing awareness back to your breath and imagining the next circle. Maybe this is your community. Imagining those people and sending loving kindness to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. And extending that circle again to those people in our community that we see. We may not even know their names, but we see them at the grocery store, the gas station, the pharmacy, the dry cleaner, the library. And sending loving kindness to them. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. Now extending loving kindness to humanity everywhere across the globe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. Now bringing to mind a person who is difficult for you. You don't agree on things. Maybe you've had some conflict with this person. And bringing to mind this person and holding this person in loving kindness in your heart. And sending them praise. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. Now coming back to ourselves and sending that phrase once again to ourselves. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be safe. May I live with peace. And bringing awareness back to your feet on the floor, grounding to the earth. Noticing your seat in the chair, your back against the chair. Taking in your body, taking in your heart, taking in your head. Noticing the sounds in the room around you. And sending loving kindness one more time. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be safe. May you live with peace. And opening your eyes when you're ready.
Now, all three meditations are quite different. That one had, I agree, a more prayerful type feel to it.
And I think it doesn't
Yes.
matter what your background is, or even if you don't believe in anything, it just feels like a prayer.
Yes,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love and let be loved.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Is
I'm
a
glad
simply
you
we can
enjoyed
do every day in our home, at work. In my older office, I had about half an hour to 45 minutes on my own room, did that. But sometimes jobs that don't allow you, but I think that was my savior through my tough times. So
Mm-hmm.
I think everybody can find a little moment to
And
get out of the, yeah, go ahead.
we'll include these meditations on YouTube, and we'll divide them up into each individual meditation. So feel free to listen repeatedly. And Dr. B, do you have any closing thoughts?
I would just say recognizing the power of meditation to charge your battery, to fill you up. Because I think that when we do spend time, our thoughts are powerful. And when we spend time tuning into our body and focusing our thoughts on positive things, it really changes our outlook and really helps us to be our best self and to just to manage whatever life brings our way.
There's no side effect to it.
No side effects.
But good. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, greatly appreciate it. I really enjoyed your all thought, your approach, and I think it's all our audience going to use this. So I'm going to use it myself. So thank you very much.
Same
You're
here.
welcome.
Same here. And if you haven't listened to parts 1 and 2 with Dr. B, we highly recommend checking those episodes out. And thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.